Welcome to the Dodgers Blue News channel. Before we get into the news, please leave a like on the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on notifications. Now, let's dive into the latest Dodgers news. Hey, Dodgers fans! Ready for another round of quality info with that emotional touch only those who live the world of the Dodgers truly understand? Then settle in because today's topic is sure to shake up the stands. Let's talk about a possible trade between the Dodgers and Cardinals that could stir things up behind the scenes in the league. But first, let's understand the context of this story. The St. Louis Cardinals started the 2025 season in a pretty inconsistent way. It's not much of a surprise. After all, we're still in the beginning stages of the journey. And as always happens at this point in the season, most teams are still trying to find their groove. Even our Dodgers, the reigning World Series champions, have yet to fully take control of the division, despite a solid record of 13 wins and 6 losses. The Padres are leading with a 14-4 record, and right behind them are the Giants at 12-5. Yeah, my friend, the battle in the NL West is promising. But the truth is one, the season is just heating up. And anyone who's followed Major League Baseball for a while knows that everything can change in a matter of weeks. Baseball is a tricky sport in a good way because each game tells a different story. Any team can surprise, so making predictions at this point in the season is pure guessing. Even so, rumors are already swirling, and one in particular has caught everyone's attention. Journalist Drew Voncio from Newsweek threw out a hypothetical proposal that, if it happens, could make our bullpen even more dangerous. According to Voncio, the Cardinals might end up being sellers at the trade deadline if their season doesn't improve. In that case, he came up with a proposal that would put Ryan Helsley in Dodger blue. Here's how the trade would go. The Los Angeles Dodgers would receive Ryan Helsley, an experienced right-handed pitcher, while the St. Louis Cardinals would get 2 of our rising young talents, Zyhir, our number 6 prospect, and Noah Miller, number 25. Let's break it down. Helsley is a strong name. A trusted closer, fast arm, mound presence, and a guy who can decide important games. With the Dodgers struggling with injuries in the bullpen, a reinforcement like him could be the difference between another good season and another championship. And the best part? Even though Helsley's contract ends at the end of the season, there's room for a renewal negotiation. In other words, it could be a short-term rental with potential for a long-term commitment. But everything has its price, so for this to happen, we would have to part with 2 young rising stars. Zyhir is seen as a talent with explosive potential, and Noah Miller also carries good expectations. Of course, for now, all of this is speculation. The Cardinals are still hovering around a 50% win rate and could surprise us. Remember, last year, even in a tough stretch, the team went big in the trade market and bought at the deadline. So, we likely won't have a clearer idea of St. Louis's next steps until June, unless something extraordinary happens before then. If Helsley were to join the Dodgers, he would bring a new level of security to the end of games. We've already seen what he's capable of in St. Louis. Fastballs approaching 100 miles per hour, solid command, and ice in his veins when it counts. Now, picture that alongside a team with title ambitions, a powerful rotation, an aggressive offense, and a stadium full of energy with every pitch. That's the kind of environment that can turn a good pitcher into a legend. Now, imagine that becoming a reality. Ryan Helsley, one of the most explosive closers in the league, wearing blue and ready to light up the mound in Los Angeles. The guy has presence, has the arm, and has that look that says, "Today, no one is hitting off me." If Helsley were to wear that jersey, the pitching rotation would gain a game-changing piece. Literally. We're talking about one of the most powerful arms in MLB, with a fastball that comes with both power and precision. A pitcher who doesn't just close games, he dominates them. Imagine him sharing the bullpen with names like Buster Gratterall, Evan Phillips, and Blake Trinan. It would almost be unfair to opposing hitters. 3 or 4 final innings of pure frustration for the other side. A nightmare for any lineup daring to dream of a comeback. Helsley has the style that the Dodgers love. Intensity, emotional control, and efficiency. He's not flashy, but when he steps on the mound, he commands respect. And with the Dodgers' analytical system behind him, what's already good could become even better. Plus, he brings something that fans highly value: trust. How many times have we seen leads slip away in recent years due to a lack of a stable closer? With Helsley, that story could change. He steps in, shuts the door, turns off the lights, and walks away with the save in hand. And imagine the playoffs. A tight October game, maximum pressure, Helsley on the mound with the team's fate in his hands. That's what champions are made of. Players who rise to the occasion, who don't flinch, who live for those moments. Of course, every acquisition has risks. And yes, to bring in a player of this level, the price might involve promising young talents. But when you look at the Dodgers roster today, with a deadly lineup and a solid rotation, it's clear what's missing. A closer. Someone who can turn an 8th-inning lead into a 9th-inning win. And if that someone is Ryan Helsley, get ready, because the season could take a whole new level. And the dream of back-to-back championships could become a reality with one final pitch. Fast, accurate from Ryan Helsley wearing blue. Thinking from the Dodgers front office perspective, the trade for Ryan Helsley makes perfect sense in a very clear context. Win now. Helsley is one of the most respected closers in the league. A righty with speed, command, and composure. He's already proven to be reliable in late innings and has exactly the profile Los Angeles is looking for to reinforce a bullpen still struggling with injuries and inconsistency. He's experienced, ready, and has performed under pressure. The cost? 2 young talents. Zyhir, currently the number 6 prospect in the franchise, and Noah Miller, number 25. Hope is a highly athletic outfielder with speed and impact potential, both offensively and defensively. Miller, on the other hand, is a technical infielder with good hands and a high baseball IQ, a smart player still in development. Giving up prospects always carries risk, especially when it involves top 10 talent. But let's face the facts. The Dodgers are not in rebuilding mode. They are in win-now mode. And in that scenario, a player like Helsley could make a more immediate impact than 2 young players who may not be ready for another 2 or 3 years. For the Cardinals, the trade also makes sense if they choose to sell. With Helsley in the final year of his contract and the team still trying to find its groove this season, it's strategic to secure valuable assets in exchange for a player who could walk for nothing at the end of the year. It's the classic better to sell high than lose for nothing approach. But there are uncertainties too. Helsley has faced some injury issues in recent seasons, and investing in him means betting that he'll stay healthy and productive in key moments. Additionally, there's no guarantee that he'll re-sign with the Dodgers after the season, which would turn this into a luxury rental. In the end, this potential trade is one of those that defines a team's philosophy. If the Dodgers truly want to strengthen the bullpen with an immediate impact piece and are willing to give up some of the future, Ryan Helsley is an investment worth making. He fills a gap, adds depth to the roster, and gives Dave Roberts a reliable option when pressure mounts in October. Helsley could very well be the missing piece to push the team toward another World Series. And if he comes, there's no doubt Dodger Stadium will make noise every time he steps on the mound. Because when the game is hanging by a thread and the entire season comes down to 3 pitches, this is exactly the kind of player you want with the ball in his hand. Now, I want to hear from you. What do you think? Should the Dodgers go all in on Helsley for the now, or preserve their young talent and think about the future of the franchise? Which side do you choose in this balance? Experience or promise? Leave your thoughts in the comments. See you next time, Dodgers Nation.